everyone, and welcome back to Drama-O-Rama online. I'm Mrs. Combs, and I'm so excited to share this time with you today. So remember to have your journals ready, and let's get started. For today's warm-up, we are going to use our actor's tools, our body, our voice, and our imagination while playing a game that I like to call Drama Mama Says. We're going to walk about in neutral. And when I say Drama Mama Says, you must do exactly as I say. Are you ready?
Find a safe space to move around. Then stand in neutral. Drama Mama says, walk about the space in neutral. Drama Mama says, cross your arms. Drama Mama says, cross your arms as if you are cold. Drama Mama says, add a sentence.
I wish I had a warmer coat.
Drama Mama says, freeze and neutral. Drama Mama says, walk about in neutral. Drama Mama says, look around. Drama Mama says, look around as if you are lost. Drama Mama says, add a sentence.
I'm scared.
Drama Mama says, freeze and neutral. Drama Mama says, walk about in neutral. Drama Mama says, give a thumbs up. Drama Mama says, give a thumbs up as if your best friend just won the game for you. Drama Mama says, add a sentence.
You are awesome!
Drama Mama says, freeze and neutral. Very good.
Today, we are going to explore all the story elements: character, setting, plot, conflict, and resolution in the Japanese fairy tale Momotaro. Momotaro means peach boy in Japanese. We're going to use our bodies, our voices, and our imagination to dive more deeply into specific moments in the story. I will tell the story, pausing to highlight specific story elements, and I want you to follow my directions as I act it out, and I want you to act it out with me. Are you ready?
Find a safe space to move around, then stand in neutral. Exploring all the elements in Momotaro.
Once upon a time, there lived an old man and an old woman in a small village in Japan. They loved each other very much, but were lonely because they didn't have any children. Well, one day, the old man went to the mountains to chop firewood, while the old woman went to the river to wash clothes. Well, as she was finishing up, she noticed a giant peach floating down the river. It was as if the river was gently carrying that peach towards her. Curious, she went over to the peach and picked it up and thought, ooh, this would make a great supper. So she brought it home, and when her husband came home, she said, look at this wonderful peach that I found. And he said, it is indeed remarkable. Let's divide it and eat it. So she got a knife from the kitchen, and just as she was about to cut it open, she heard what sounded like a human voice coming from inside the peach. Wait! Don't cut me! And then, all of a sudden, the peach split open and out popped a beautiful baby boy. They were so surprised and so delighted, and they took this baby boy as their son. They named him Momotaro, which means peach boy, because he came out of a peach. And they loved him and honored him, and they raised him well.
Freeze. Let's dive deeper into the characters and plot in this part of the story.
In the beginning of Momotaro, we meet the old man and the old woman. They are both hardworking, kind, and loving, but they are also lonely and old, which means that as characters, they will move about more slowly and with more care. So let's act out the moment that the old man and the old woman meet Momotaro for the first time as he jumps out of the peach. We're going to focus on the old woman using pantomime as I narrate. Are you ready?
Find a safe space to move around, then stand in neutral. Pantomime with me as I narrate. Suddenly, the peach split open and a beautiful baby boy jumped out. The old man and old woman were delighted, and they took this baby to be their son. They named him Momotaro, which means peach boy. They loved Momotaro very much and raised him well.
When Momotaro was about 15 years old, he went to his parents and said, "Mother, Father, you have always been so kind to me, and you raised me well. But now that I'm grown, I really feel like I want to help my country." Well, in the far reaches of the sea, there is an island called Ogre Island. Many wicked ogres live on that island, and they often come to our land and do bad things, like carrying people away and stealing all of their precious things. Well, I want to go to Ogre Island and fight them and bring back the treasure. Please, let me do this. Well, the old man and the old woman were surprised, but they were very proud of Momotaro. So they wanted to help him get ready for his journey. The old man brought him a sword and armor for his protection, and the old woman made dumplings for his lunch. Well, Momotaro wished them well and went on his way.
Freeze. Let's dive deeper into the characters and how the conflict begins in this part of the story.
In the middle of the story, Momotaro is 15. He is very brave and very respectful of his parents. He also wants to go on a very dangerous mission and needs his parents' blessing. This is where the conflict begins. So let's say his line, "Please let me do this," showing respect, showing bravery in our faces, our bodies, and our voices. Are you ready?
Find a safe space to move around, then stand in neutral. I want you to show bravery in your face and your body. And then when I say action, say the line, "Please let me do this," showing respect and bravery. And action.
Please, let me do this.
Freeze. Very good.
Momotaro walked and walked and walked toward the sea. On his way, he met a spotted dog. Well, the spotted dog growled at him. "Arr! Stop! You cannot pass this way until you fight me first." And Momotaro said, "Wait, I do not wish to fight you." And he gave the dog a dumpling. Well, the dog was very surprised and said, "Oh, well, thank you." And he gobbled up the dumpling. Then Momotaro said, "Look, I'm going to Ogre Island to fight the ogres and bring back treasure. Do you want to join me?" "Oh, of course." And the spotted dog and Momotaro were on their way. A little later, they met a monkey. "Oh, stop! You cannot pass this way until you fight me first." And he picked a fight with the spotted dog. And Momotaro said, Wait, we don't wish to fight you. We're actually going to Ogre Island to fight the ogres and bring back treasure. Do you want to join us?" And the monkey said, "Oh, of course." And Momotaro gave the monkey a dumpling, and they were on their way. Just then, they came upon a pheasant. "Arr! Stop! Stop! You cannot pass this way until you fight me first." Arr! And she picked a fight with the spotted dog and the monkey. And Momotaro said, No, wait. We do not wish to fight you. We are actually going to Ogre Island to fight the ogres and bring back treasure. Do you want to join us?" And she said, "Oh, well, of course." And Momotaro gave her a dumpling, and they were on their way.
Freeze. Let's dive deeper into the characters that add to the conflict in this part of the story.
In this part of the story, Momotaro meets 3 distinct characters who stand in his way and add to the conflict. We are going to explore these animal characters by first moving and vocalizing as the animal, and then morphing into the animal character by saying the line, "Stop." So let's morph together. Are you ready?
Find a safe space to move around, then stand in neutral. I want you to move about like a dog. Now, vocalize. Good. Now slowly morph into the spotted dog character. And when I say action, I want you to say stop as the spotted dog character. And action.
Stop.
Freeze. And neutral. Now I want you to move about like the monkey. Now vocalize. Good. Now slowly morph into the monkey character. When I say action, I want you to say stop as the monkey character. And action.
Stop.
Freeze and neutral. I want you to move about like a pheasant. Now vocalize. Good. Now slowly morph into the pheasant character. And when I say action, I want you to say stop as the pheasant character. And action.
Stop.
Freeze and neutral. Very good.
So, with Momotaro as their leader, the spotted dog, the monkey, and the pheasant put their differences aside and became friends. They walked a long way and finally reached the sea. On the beach, they decided to gather materials and build a boat. When they were finished, they got in the boat and sailed towards Ogre Island. When they got close, they saw that they had built a strong, tall fort, and there were many, many ogres inside. They had to make a plan. But what? First, Pheasant flew over the walls, swooped down, and started to peck at the ogres' heads. Well, the ogres tried to hit the pheasant with their clubs, but they were too slow. She was much too quick. Then, when they weren't looking, Monkey crept up the wall, went to the front gate, opened it up, and let Momotaro and the spotted dog in. The spotted dog was growling at the ogres, and Momotaro was fighting them. It was a huge, huge battle. The pheasant kept pecking at them, and the spotted dog kept biting them, and the monkey kept clawing at them, and Momotaro kept fighting them with his sword. Finally, the ogres were defeated. They bowed down to Momotaro, apologizing and promising never to be wicked again. Then they picked up all of their treasure and brought it to Momotaro.
Freeze. Let's dive deeper into the characters and how the conflict was resolved in this part of the story.
At the end of the story, Momotaro and his new friends, the spotted dog, the monkey, and the pheasant, worked together to defeat the ogres. The ogres, as characters, are big and clumsy and not very quick on their feet. They are also very defeated. So let's explore the moment that the ogres decide to finally bow before Momotaro by using tableau. Are you ready?
Find a safe space to move around, then stand in neutral. When I say action, I want you to move about as an ogre, and action. You're big, you're slow, you're defeated. Now, bow to Momotaro. Freeze. At last, the ogres were defeated. They all bowed down low to Momotaro and promised to never be wicked again. Then they brought Momotaro all the treasure they had.
So Momotaro and his three friends, Spotted Dog, Monkey, and Pheasant, they all carried the treasure back to the boat. It was very heavy. When they got there, they loaded up the boat, got in, and sailed back to their land. When they got there, they decided, let's turn this boat into a cart. So they worked together, rebuilding the boat and turning it into a cart. Then they loaded up the cart with all the treasure and pulled it all the way back to Momotaro's house. Wow, when they arrived, the old man and the old woman were filled with joy when they saw that their son Momotaro made it home safely. And then he presented them with all of this treasure. They couldn't believe it. They were overwhelmed, so thankful that they had all the riches in the world and their son was back with them again. And they all lived happily ever after. The end. Today, we explored character, setting, plot, conflict, and resolution in the Japanese fairy tale Momotaro. We used pantomime to show how kind and loving the old woman was. And we used our faces, our bodies, and our voices to show how brave and how respectful Momotaro was, as well as the three characters who tried to stand in Momotaro's way. We used tableau to show how defeated the ogres were and how Momotaro was able to resolve his conflict and restore peace to the land. We finally used our imagination as we acted out the story together and completely immersed ourselves in Momotaro's world. It's time for today's journal prompt.
I want you to fold a piece of paper in half. And in one half of the paper, I want you to draw a picture that shows conflict. It doesn't have to be where the conflict began. It could be where the characters added to the conflict. And in the other half, draw a picture that shows the resolution. Include the setting and all the characters, and then create speech bubbles and thought bubbles for each character. And remember, use details.
Thank you so much for exploring all the story elements today in our Japanese fairy tale. See you next time.